All right, welcome everybody. Your notes on this are on finding X and Y intercepts. I believe your notes should say Algebra 1, Unit 4.1b, this video is. Unit 4.1b, standard form of a linear equation. Okay, so just be aware that this is Unit 4.1b, standard form of a linear equation. That's what we're taking notes on. So make sure you please write the date here and let's begin. So X and Y intercepts. Well, if you think about X and Y intercepts, it's pretty straightforward, okay? Let's look at a graph for a moment and just try to figure out what's going on with the X and Y intercepts of this line, okay? So intercepts are where a graph crosses. It's kind of like where it intersects. Intersects, kind of the same idea. So if we look on the x-axis and we see where it is intersecting the x-axis, which is here, the x-axis, and this is the y-axis, where is it intersecting the x-axis? Well, we have to put some units on here, so let's kind of do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and let's put some units here as well. Okay, so what is the x-intercept of this graph? Where is it crossing with the x-axis? Where do they meet? Nathan? 4. So the x-intercept of this graph is the point. This is the x-intercept, x int for abbreviation, and that's 4, 0. You have to make sure you put 0 for the y. The x-intercept is a point. It's not like just a number. It's a point. It's an x and a y. It just so happens that the x of it is 4. Okay, let's look at the graph. Where is the y-axis hitting the line? Tyler? Good work. But there's something tiny bit wrong about that actually. It's actually at 0, 2. The y value is 2, but the x value is 0. Do you see that? So we all know that these are in alphabetical order. It's always x, y when you're graphing. X, y. X, y. So what can you say about the x-intercept if you look at the green writing down there? The x-intercept is, obviously the x-intercept is the place where the graph crosses the x-axis, right? So let's say that first of all. That's the first thing we'd like to say. So the x-intercept is the place where the graph, or the line, or whatever it is, crosses the x-axis. Okay? Now what's another way we could look at this? Do you see the green writing over there? How would you find it? What do you notice about the x-intercept? It's at 4, 0. And what do you notice about the y-intercept? It's at 0, 2. It's going to be where the x value for when the y is equal to 0. So here's how you find it. How to find, okay? How to find. If it's not on a graph, that is. Set y equal to 0 and solve. Solve for x. Now, why is that? Well, I mean, think about it. If you look at where the x-axis is, okay? So if you go along here on the x-axis, how high up is the x-axis? How high up off the ground is the mouse right now? 0. It's on the ground. It's at a height of 0. So you set the y, which is the height, this guy, the y, the height. You set the y equal to 0, and you solve for x. So when you set the y equal to 0, you'll get 4 for x if you had the equation of this line. If you had the equation. So let's talk about the y-intercept. I think you can probably build off of what we said. So what do you want to say about the y-intercept? Go ahead and jump in and tell me what you think the definition of the y-intercept is. What do you think? Place where the... Go ahead. You got it. Place where the graph crosses the y-axis. I would agree. Place where the graph crosses the y-axis. And if you had to come up with a rule for it, how would you find the y-intercept? Look at what we had over here. How would you find it? Go ahead.
Turn x to 0.
Set x equal to 0 and solve for y. Now what's happening is that the x value, how far to the left or the right is how far to the left or the right are we if we're on this line? How far to the left or to the right am I right now? I'm not. I'm on the direct center. How far am I to the left of my right now? I'm not. I'm to the direct center. How far am I to the left or right now? I'm not. So the x is going to be 0 at the y-intercept. Okay? Notice that they're the opposite variable. So here's a quick little thing. This is what we kind of said. To find the x-intercept, let y equal 0, then solve for x. To find the y-intercept, let x equal 0. Guys, notice y-intercept, let x equal 0. X-intercept, let y equal 0. Make sense? Okay, so we know how to find it from a graph. We just visually look at the graph, see where it's crossing, list the point, right? That's easy enough. But the equations, I think, are a little harder. So let's look at this right here. Use intercepts to graph this equation. So what are we going to do? Help me find the x-intercept, which I think we were doing in green before on the video. So let's find the x-intercept. What does your paper say about finding the x-intercept? Find the x-intercept. Yep.
Change y to 0.
Perfect. So we're going to let y equal 0. So that means whenever I draw a pile of rocks, that means therefore. I'm going to draw a little pile of rocks here. Let y equal 0, therefore. That's a mathematical symbol for therefore. You want to write out the word therefore? I don't think so. So instead of writing out the word therefore, you put three little rocks in a triangle. That means therefore. Therefore, if y is equal to 0, this is 0 now. We have 3x, plus 4 times 0. Did you guys see what I'm saying? You follow me? And now you just need to solve that. Well, what's 4 times 0?
0.
It's definitely 0. So we have the following. We have 3x is equal to 12, and x is equal to 4. So what is the actual x-intercept? It's a point. It's always a point. So the point where the x-intercept is happening is what? What's the x value? 4. And what's the y value? 0. That is the x-intercept. We've now found the x-intercept. Okay? So hopefully that's making some sense. All right, so now I'm going to find the y-intercept. So if I'm trying to find the y-intercept, I've been doing that with red, I think. So I'm going to also find the y-intercept. I know I'm writing out a lot, but I think it helps to write out what we're doing. Find the y-intercept. So what does that mean? That means I need to let what equal what? Let x equal 0, right? We're going to draw a little pile of rocks. Therefore, if x is 0, what is that equation up top going to be then? If x is now 0, yeah, it's 3 times 0. That's what we're putting in for x. Plus 4y equals 12. And if 3 times 0 is 0, then we have 4y is equal to 12. And we have y is equal to 3. So what is the point of the y-intercept? What is 0, 3? We are pretty much done at that point. All we need to do is plot 2 points and draw a line through them. It's that simple. Just plot 2 points and draw a line through them. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit and try to show you how to do that. Okay? So here's the deal. Let's try to do it. So there's 2 points I really want to focus on. Okay? So let me highlight those so we know what's up here. Okay? We got this first one, which is the x-intercept, which we've been doing in green. And we got the second one, which is the y-intercept, which we've been doing in red, which that's the closest thing I got to red. Okay? So let me see if I can pull a quick coordinate grid here for you. I think I got one. There we go. Perfect. Oops, darn. That's a shame. Embarrassing. Okay, so there we go. We're here. So let's plot the first point. You see the point in green right there, this guy? 4, 0. Where is that? Well, that's on the x-axis, right? At 4 and up 0. This is that point. 4, 0. Okay. Now we need to plot on the y-axis, right? The y-intercept, which is at 0, 3. Don't go left or right. Don't go this way. Don't go this way. Don't go left or right. Just stay right where you are and then go up 3 right here, okay? And what is the line going to look like? So this is the point 0, 3, okay? So the line, if we grab a tool for that, is going to look something like this, okay? Something like this. Okay, how's that? Good? Can we see it okay? Should we make it bigger? Let's make it a little bit bigger, thicker. So there's the line that we're trying to figure out, and I'll make it purple so it kind of jumps out at you a little bit. So now we've graphed the equation of the line just by using the x and y intercept. Does that make sense? Now the x and y intercept are helpful because they can be useful things for you. So sketch a graph, okay? Sketch a graph. It doesn't have to be beautiful. And try to do this one, number 3, okay? I want that to be your now you try. So pause the video and give number 3 a try. You can do it on a little sketched graph. It doesn't have to be perfect. So NYT means now you try. Pause the video and try number 3. Good luck. So what might be helpful is to just have an idea of what's going on. So we've been doing the x-intercept in green. So I want to find the x-intercept here, okay? And I'm going to give you a box to do your work there. Why don't you write this on your paper, okay? And then also, why don't we also write find the y-intercept? So that's another thing we want to do. We want to do 2 things. We want to find 2 different things. Find the x-intercept, then find the y-intercept. Now, if you don't know how to find the x-intercept, why don't you go back over to this box over here? Didn't we have a box that told us how to do it? Right here. Use this box. Use this stuff if you don't know how to find the x and y-intercept. Do exactly what it says. There's 2 bullets. There's 2 things we have to do. So I've told you, you want to take this equation, you want to work out the green part of it, and then you want to work out the red part of it. So do your best to get there, okay? 2 answers, 2 points, and then graph them. So I think we're a little bit over on time here. I want to tell you what the x-intercept is and what the y-intercept is. The x-intercept of this graph is 2, 0. Okay, so see if you got that. It's 2, 0. That's the green answer. The red answer, the y-intercept of this graph is 0, -4. Okay, 0, -4. So those are the things you're looking to hopefully have found, and we will end the video there. I will see you in the next video. Peace.